Right guys, hello. Right, so in this video, we're going to be showing you how to correctly process a suspect when you've got them under arrest. So obviously we're going to start off with actually getting all the details correct on the MDT, how to do your charges, and also how to send them down, etc, etc. So obviously I've got a person who's willing to help me out here at this moment in time. So I'm going to show you how to process this gentleman from the start right through to the finish, okay? So at this stage you've probably already told them what they're getting charged with, and also you've always read them their rights as well. So at this point we're also going to head in. You can usually sometimes let them walk if you want to, it's entirely up to yourself. Some people like to be a bit of a dick. Obviously just as you come into the holding cells you will see that there is a fingerprint scanner, okay? If they've got gloves, obviously you can RP with them to obviously take their gloves off, etc, etc. Obviously it's not there for me at the moment. But when you come up here you'd get their fingerprint. Once you've got the fingerprint, you would come in. Obviously you need to make sure you've got their name first, obviously. What is your name, Phil?
It's Jerry Bugs.
Jerry Bugs, okay.
B-U-G-Z.
So at this point, you go to your profiles, okay? Obviously it's told us the name is Jerry Bugs. Okay, so there we go. So as you can see, this is the code that you'll get on your fingerprint scanner once you use it, okay? What if it's not down here when you're processing them? You'll see it at that desk, it tells you to press E to scan the fingerprint. Once they've done it, it will give you a code similar to this. Now, we can see his name, date of birth, everything like that, however, he's not got a picture, okay? So at this point, we'll make sure that we get a picture of them as well. We don't seem to have a photo of you in the system, so we're just going to take you through here and get a wee photo of you, okay?
Yeah, no problem.
I'm just going to remove that mask, okay? So again, at this point, you just obviously make sure you do your /me's, improve your RP as much as you can. Okay, so if you just want to stand up against the wall and look at the camera for me. Okay. So at this point, you will probably want to use whatever it is you like to use, whether it's ShareX, Windows snipping tool, whatever you guys use. You want to make sure to get a good angle of them. Obviously, I'm going to be using ShareX. Make sure to get a nice clear photo as much as you can, because as you can see this suspect does have the neck tattoos and stuff like that. Very good identifiers. Now that I've got that, we'll go into our ShareX. Okay, we'll copy the URL for that. And just where it says profile image URL, you could slap that in there and hit save. There you go, there's his photo. Okay, if you do have more photographs of them, same again, add them down here. Okay, obviously again if they own properties it will tell you. Obviously you can see here what he's been charged with previously. Tags, so diabetic, if they've got mental health, anything like that that can help the officers when they're processing them, makes all the difference. Right, that's it, we've got your picture, so we'll just head through to the cells if you want to walk with me. There we go.
Oh, that's how we do.
That's a wee bit heavy, aye. Oh. There we go. You want to just walk through into the cells for us?
He's locked.
Right, okay, well done. Obviously at this stage, Again, before you finally cuff them, you would search them. Obviously, I'm not going to do it at this point because this is just for the video purposes. Okay. So always make sure to uncuff them as well. Always make sure of that. There we are, I'll just take the cuffs off you now. So if you want to just take a wee seat while I get your charges and that written up, okay?
Yeah, no problem.
Right, okay. So, these have done the main part of this, okay? These have got the photo in, you've got his fingerprints in, okay? So by this point, you know who you have, okay? Always make sure, if they've not got IDs on them, and they do give you names, always make sure to check the date of birth, okay? Even ask them questions of, oh, so what cars is it you own? How many cars have you got? If they've got property, where do you stay? Profession, oh, so what job are you in? Okay? So, at this point, okay, there is numerous areas here, okay? You've got incidents and you've got reports, okay? So as you can see here, the reports, this is stuff that you have turned up to a call and maybe like nothing's happened. So every call you go to needs to have a report, okay? So if you get called to a vehicle theft but there's nothing there, you still obviously would hit new vehicle theft wherever it was, okay, and just put a short description of what had happened. Because again, when you've got people who are looking into stuff like areas of interest, that they can look at all of this, okay? But the one that we're going to look at just now is going to be incidents, okay? So as you can see, there's been numerous ones already done already. So at this point, you just want to click a new incident, okay? So summary. Let's just say for talking sakes we got this person on felony stop and theft of a motor vehicle, okay? So it's an FTS and the theft of motor vehicle, okay? So you would obviously in here, you would also just put, so let's just say Mr. Bugs was seen in the area of a 999 call for a stolen vehicle, okay? Again, you'd want to fill in what happened, okay? So, vehicle that he had looked damaged and seemed suspicious of possible theft by, say, forcible entry, okay? Again, if you see cars with smashed windows and that, you can suggest that they have been stolen, okay? So, obviously, as you're explaining it, you'd probably put your call sign. So obviously you just put myself 101 as that's my NHS call sign, but I'll use it in this instance for PD. Okay. So obviously I would bracket your call signs as well. Okay, just makes it look a wee bit more professional. So you attempted to pull over the vehicle. Okay. You then failed to stop for police for roughly, again you don't need to know your times exactly, okay, so just say roughly 5 minutes. Then suspect, again let's just say that he crashed the car, okay, he crashed the car and made off on foot, but was then caught and arrested and also read his rights. Okay, always put that in your report. Tell them that when you arrested them, if you read the rights then and there, tell them that you arrested them and read them the rights. because if this ever goes to court, this is what they're going to read, okay? So, hostage name, there was no hostage involved, okay? So that would just be NA. Weapons and items confiscated, okay? So for vehicle theft, you can do lockpicks, okay? Toolkits, right? Again, if they had anything else on them, did they pull a knife out on you? Did they have a baseball bat? Did they maybe have goods that are suspicious that don't belong to them, like watches, stuff like that? Anything like that, right? So, fine and sentence, as you can see, is blank, okay? So at this point, you want to come up to the plus arrow, okay? You want to find the same name that you've just done. Look at that, look, there's his photo that we've just taken, okay? You click on this, right? Again, tags, officers involved, civilians involved, evidence, stuff like that. Again, even officers involved, yet again guys, just stick in your call sign and your name. Right? Civilians involved. So did they crash into somebody? Like, was there somebody else that happened to be involved, or was there a witness there that can give a statement? Evidence. Okay, it asks for a URL. So if you've got pictures, same again, use ShareX window snipping to get the link and upload all your photos there. If you are using body cams, such as using Twitch or using Meadow, anything like that, if you can clip it and get a link, put it on the report, because when the judges come to read all this, the evidence is there, okay? So at this point, was it a warrant? Is he guilty? Is he being processed? Was he associated with the crime? Okay? So at this point, okay? So at this point, this gentleman here, okay, this is obviously the gentleman we're processing. Under this circumstance, we're just going to be doing a fail to stop and theft of a motor vehicle, okay? So at this stage, you would obviously ask them, are you pleading guilty? So, Jerry, are you pleading guilty to theft of a motor vehicle and failing to stop for the police?
Oh, fucking am.
Okay, no worries. Okay, so at this point, he's plead guilty. So, play a bit fair with him, okay? He knows he's done wrong, okay? So, we've got to this stage, okay? This is 0. Oh no, we're going to panic. What's happened? Don't worry. This lovely big gap here is your charges box, okay? You want to right click on this, add charge, okay? Wow, look at all that, okay? So, same again, search for charges, okay? Saves time. Failure to stop for police, okay? Traffic charge. And then obviously I could do theft. Theft of a motor vehicle, okay? So now that we've got that, close that just by pressing escape. There's our charges there. Okay? So it's telling us that it only wants to do jail time of 10 months with a £4,000 fine. However, the gentleman's been compliant. He's pled guilty. He's not caused any harms to you. You choose how you want to do this, okay? Do you want to lower the time and give him a higher fine? Do you want to lower the fine, give him more jail time? Or do you just want to lower both just because he's a nice, okay? So at this point, let's just say for talk's sake, right, he's been a nice guy, so I'm going to half it for him, right? We'll do £2,000 in 5 months, okay? That's your report done, okay? At that point, you would just hit save. Right. Now that you've saved it, you just want to maybe edit this up here. Okay? You always want to put the suspect's name. Okay, and what the charge was. So the whole instance was an FTS followed by theft of motor vehicle, which is also known as a TMV. We'll just put that in capitals as well, just because so it doesn't look wonky. Right, there we go, and it's got the date there as well. If you really want to be professional with it, put the time on as well. So if you put today's time, okay? So do 01, okay, 07 AM, okay? There we go. That's save. There we go. So there it's there. So, at this point, okay, you are wanting to think about doing slash build. Okay? Then it's the ID of the gentleman, okay? So you would get your ID by hitting the home button, okay? When you press home, it will come up the ID. Obviously I won't do it at the moment due to the fact of this is me using my streaming equipment and it's going to change the screen for you guys. But just want to let you know, like, that is the home button for IDs, or even just ask them, okay sir, what is your plane ticket number?
It is 2 sec. Number 1.
So he's told me number 1, okay? And then what we'll do is we'll scale up to £2,000, okay? And it says it in the right, invoice successfully sent, okay? So at this point, you want to open up your radio menu, okay? This is you getting ready to send them off now, right? So you want to do work, okay? So this is you now in your police actions, okay? So you want to go into police actions. There it says jail. Okay. There it says the jail time in months. Right. So again, it was meant to be 20 months. We've halved it because we're good people. So you would literally just hit 10. Okay. Then all you do at this point is you would hit submit. That's now sent them away to jail. Okay. And then by this point, okay, you would obviously want to go to the evidence if you had any evidence that you've confiscated from them, and that is pretty much your processing from start to finish. If you want any more questions on how to use the MDT, we will be doing more videos. As I said guys, I will just remind you, incidents is when you're actually charging the person, okay? Reports is your report on the call, no matter what it was, okay? So if you've been called to AA because of a disturbance, if you have been called to a shop robbery and nobody's been there, or if you have been called to a shop robbery and you found out who was involved but you couldn't catch them, do a report, okay? You've got obviously your bolos as well, okay? So there you are, there's one that's been done there. Same again, he's put the title in, put the plate of the vehicle that was involved, the owner of the vehicle, a brief description of what's happened. Again, he's put the officer involved, the gallery, again, if you've got pictures of the car on the scene, take a picture, slap it in there. Obviously you've got your roster as well, this will be your timesheets and stuff like that, so when you're clocking on, clocking off, this is where it all is. You've got your DMV, the Department of Motor Vehicles, okay? This is how you search all your plates, okay? So there we had that one that was in the bolo, okay, with the plate blue. So if you have to look up blue, okay? As you can see, there's nothing there at the moment, okay? But it is letting us know who owns it, what class of vehicle it is. It's not got a make and model, okay, but once you know what it is, you can edit that. Telling you it's metallic black, it's not been impounded, however there is a bolo on the vehicle. Same again, vehicle notes in the description. Image URL, take a picture of the car, it helps the officers know what sort of car it should be. The next part, your very useful part, is all your cameras. Shop robberies, bank robberies, anything like that. Anything happens, you have access to all of this, okay? So if we had to go into this one here, right, okay, there we are, there's the wee shop there. So there you can see, there's Naveed standing there playing with his phone. You could have an officer watching us at all times to see who's at the back of the shop, who's behind the counter. This is all stuff you have access to, guys. So yet again, if you do want any more help on MDT, feel free to let me know on Discord. Chris Kennedy, obviously one of the owners of the server, and I hope this video has helped you out great amounts. So until the next video guys, I hope you've had a good one, and we will see you on the next video.